Hello, and welcome back to Cat Whispering. Sorry this is late. I threw my weekend routine totally by actually going out on Friday night and then sleeping all day Sunday. So thank you for still being my listener. It's late here now, so technically this might look like a Tuesday show, but as they say at playingthedane.com, procrastination is the thief of podcasts. So here we go. Now, I wasn't really sure what to tell you about this week. So I think we'll follow on from last week and I'll talk about naming my cats. Some cats just seem to have names. I remember why I named my first cat, but don't remember doing it. Dave gets his own show one day, so we're still here with my most recent cats. Now, it took me a few days to name Tig. I knew straight away she was special and was worried about rushing in with the wrong name. I thought about all the old cat names, or goddess names, or something that only she and I would understand. Tig was a perfect mackerel tabby, all the spots and stripes in black and on grey up top, then underneath almost apricot coloured, with the full spots in black there too. My colleague who gave her to me said she was a mystery, as her mother, father, and only sibling were all black and white. He said as soon as she could see properly and walk about confidently, she would hide under their dog and sneak out into the garden with him, scaring them and her mother. So what to name my perfect little mystery cat? Now, a good few times when I had to leave her here alone to go to work, my neighbour let herself in, believing from the thumping noises coming from up here that I was being burgled by elephants. But luckily, no. It was just Tig. Being Tig. I so nearly called her Nellie, after the elephant. And often when I found her doing something silly, like having climbed the curtains and found herself stuck up on the railing unable to get down, I called her Nellie. Or sometimes in a moment of extra fondness. But it didn't really describe her. One night, about a week into her life here, we were playing with a bit of string. She loved to stalk things. Often I jumped nearly out of my skin and dropped endless cups of tea after being pounced on by surprise by this little handful of cat. I think if I'd gone down, she would have got me too. She was so tiggery-tigery. So Tiggy she became. Now, my two cat rescue boys came with silly names. I guess if you take in cats to rehome, eventually you run out of names, or time to think about it. And I guess you know people are going to change the names anyway. You already know that Inca is jet black. A few white hairs on his front, like a little chest wig, but not immediately noticeable. So why they called him Polo, I have no idea. I wanted a good name for him. You don't get to name a cat every day, so I wanted to put a bit more thought in than Sooty might suggest. I thought for ages. Inca was Big Black Cat for weeks. Now, why ever the cat rescue thought Inca was a street cat, I'm not sure. He is a perfectly adapted house cat. But I don't think anything could have prepared him for something like Tiggy. So for the first few days I had him, Inca would not eat anything. Then one night, I was sitting in bed, eating chocolate. The cat introducing was stressful for me too. In the end, I think it took 6 months before I was convinced it was going to work and everyone got on. So there I was, in bed, with a few squares of chocolate broken up and laid out on their paper. I heard a rustling noise in the room, so looked over to one side, and in classic comedy style, Inca appeared from the other side, grabbed a piece of chocolate, and ate it. Gone. Now, I know that cats should not eat chocolate. If you didn't know that, please don't give your cat chocolate, as it is poison to them. Literal poison. Half an Easter egg would probably kill it. Inca takes his addiction one day at a time and goes to all the meetings. But at the time, I was just pleased to see him eat. I remembered someone telling me, I don't know if it's true, that chocolate is the only Inca word in the English language. So Inca became Inca. Now, my little fluffy kitten was obviously a victim of his time, turning up at the rescue after one of the new Star Wars films came out. So he was Jedi. Now, Fluff has plenty of the Force,